Hi everyone, it's Sheila, and in today's video I show you how I make 3 different varieties of earrings from faux leather. Now I am wearing the first pair of earrings right here, and I will also show you how to make these fringe earrings along with some teardrop earrings. Now I got all the supplies to make these earrings from a company called Beebeecraft, and I got it for free. And if you would like some free supplies, you too can get it if you have your own YouTube channel along with 100 subscribers. I will leave all the information in the description box down below, but it's pretty easy, and if you're interested, definitely you should check it out. Now, I really had fun doing this, but guys, please remember, I am not a professional DIY. This is just me having some fun, figuring out some stuff that I already had around the house to use as a template to make some earrings. So please remember, I'm not a professional. This is just me doing my best with what I know. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Stay tuned.
The supplies you will need are a thumbtack, some jump rings, earring hooks. You could use glitter glue, which dries clear, or I prefer fabric bond, a pair of scissors, a pencil, and also some needle nose pliers. Here are the first 4 pair of earrings I created to get ready for today's video. Now in today's video, I'm using this reindeer leather fabric to make my earrings. And this silver earring I've had right here is an old earring that I've had for years. I just love the shape and design of it. So I'm using that as my template to make today's earrings. Now on the white part of the fabric, I take and I trace out 4 of the earrings. Now after I'm done, I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to cut out all 4 sections. And when I create my earrings, I don't know about you, but I don't want the back of my earrings to be white and then a pretty fabric in the front. So what I'm going to do is use something called fabric bond tape to bond 2 pieces of the fabric together so it will be pretty in the front and the back. So right here I'm cutting out the first section of the earring, and then I'm going to skip over this, and there's all 4 earrings. Now I'm going to put these off on the side, and I'm going to throw down an old towel because on this part you're going to have an iron, and this is going to protect my leather fabric when I iron it. Now I pick up my fabric bond tape and I just cut out some sections. I don't measure. If it's overlapping, it's no big deal. When the hot iron hits it, it's going to melt it away, so you don't have to worry about it. Just make sure it's covered. And then put the back of the earring on the fabric on the back of the earring. And then you fold the towel over the leather fabric to protect it. Now you put the iron on top of it and make sure, just hold it there for 5 to 10 seconds. Maybe 15 at the most. It doesn't take a long time to melt the fabric tape. The fabric bond tape melts pretty quickly. And now, as you can see, my leather earrings are bonded together from the front and the back. And I just pick up some scissors and I clean up the edges of the part I don't like or think it needs cleaned up a little bit. Now what you want to do is you want to take a thumbtack, and at the top of the earring you want to run your thumbtack through the top to create a hole to run your earring hook through. Now you take your pliers and you open your earring and you just run it through the hole you created. And then you will pick up your pliers, and once you run it through, you just simply pinch it closed again. And then your earring is complete. And then you just repeat on the other earring. You take your thumbtack, you create a hole, you open your hook earring with your pliers, and you run it through the hole. And after it's run through the hole, you pick your pliers back up and close it again. And there are your completed earrings. Here's the rest I created. I created some silver ones, some multicolored ones, which looked like little Easter ones to me, some red sequins, very Christmassy, some gold glitter, and also some silver glitter earrings. Okay, on to earring number 2. Now, as you can see, I used 2 circles to make this earring. And here's my Christmas leather that I'm going to use to make my next earring. And here's another old earring that I like the design and the shape of. So just like the other ones, I trace out 4 of them. So I'll have a front and a back to all my earrings, and there won't be no white showing. And then for the smaller circle, I thought, what do I have laying around my house? So I found a dime. That's right, a dime. So I used a dime as my template for that circle. And then I cut out all of those carefully, separate them all, and cut those all out. And there are all the 4 small ones. And then I do the 4 large circles, careful to cut it out along the line. And 1, 2, 3, 4, there's the 4 circles. Now I pick up the 4 circles. I'm going to use the fabric bonding tape just like I did in the first one. Lay my towel down, put 2 pieces down, cut some fabric bonding tape. Don't worry about if it overlaps. Like I said, the hot iron melts all the extra excess away, so you don't have to worry. Just make sure it's completely covered. And I think 3 strips on this earring. And then I take the back side of the earring, line it up as good as I can, pull the fabric up and over it so it protects it from the hot iron, and then lay the hot iron on top of it once again, just like the first one. 10 to 15, maybe 20 seconds. It doesn't take long. Pull it apart, and now your fabric is bonded and the earrings are complete on both sides. Then pick them up just like before, clean up any extra excess that you think you need to clean up, and that's that. Okay, so now put those off on the side, and now I'm going to work on the small circles. And at first I was going to put the fabric bond on both small circles, but then I thought I'm supposed to show you also how to use the glue. So I'm just going to fabric bond 1 small earring, and on the second small earring I'll use the glue and show you how to do that. So once again, lay the fabric over it, put the hot iron on it, it melts the fabric bonding tape, pull it apart, and your fabric is bonded. Now I'm going to show you how to use the glue. Take your extra fabric over there just so it doesn't get on my desk. Put a little bit of glue on there. Take your back side of your earring and push it right on there. Now just take any extra part and wipe off the extra glue, but don't worry about it. The glue dries clear and it's as easy as that. Okay, so now you're going to take your 2 circles and you're going to join them together. And you're going to need a jump ring and some earring hooks to join those. So you take your thumbtack just like the first one, and on the big circle, at the top, you punch your thumbtack through there to create your hole. And then you pick up your jump ring, you open it up, which just is simply a circle piece of metal. You open it up and you run it through the big one, and then you take your thumbtack and you create a hole in the smaller bottom of the smaller one, and you're going to run the jump ring through that one. And then after you have them assembled, you close the jump ring up, and that is holding it together. And then you take your thumbtack and you create a hole at the top of the smaller circle, and just like the other ones, you run your earring hook through the hole that you created, and then you simply close it up. And that's it. Your earring is now assembled. And you simply repeat the process on the second earring. And here are some blue sequin ones I created. And the last 2 are Christmas themed earrings. So that is complete earring number 2. Okay, here's some fringe earrings I created. And I used the black because the material on the black is black on both sides, which I liked. And the purple that I used is white on one side. So I don't prefer the white showing on that one as much. So I'm going to show you how I created the black fringe ones. Now you just easily just run your scissors along and create 3 strips for each earring, which will be 6 strips total, and then 2 extra strips to wrap around the top of the earring. Okay, so now you pick up your 3 pieces and you're going to run that through the jump ring. Now, at first I tried to put all 3 through the jump ring at once, but that doesn't work. It's better if you run them one at a time through the ring. And then once you got it through the ring, you want to make sure the ends line up pretty well. And then you just bend it in half. And you're going to take an extra piece of fabric that you had cut, and you are going to simply just tie a knot. And you're going to pull it really tight. And when you do, it really latches on. And you just cut away any extra. And that's it. And you just repeat the process on the second earring. Now, if you wanted, you could add a little dab of glue where you tied the knot, but I did not see it being necessary. Okay, and just like the other ones, you're going to put the hook on the jump ring, which you guys have seen me do several times now. And that's it. And that is the fringe earring complete. If the bottoms need trimmed up, you just trim them up, and that's it. Your earrings are complete. And also, here are the purple ones that I created. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, here are the fringe earrings and the teardrop earrings that I created. And also, I'm going to call these my 2 circle earrings. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye.